Good afternoon all and welcome back to SB Racing. We are back with the boys from the MRC for another commentary video. This is gttcc Season 20, the Gran Turismo Touring Car Championship. This is round 1, race 2. One thing I didn't mention in the race 1 video, you have to pick 2 cars in this championship, and it's a car for race 1 and a car for race 2, and you must use these cars in the same order every week. So this is race 2 at Road Atlanta. It's a reverse grid. I'll talk you through where the lads are and their second car choices, and we'll get these guys underway. It's another 30-minute race with low fuel and tyre wear, so people shouldn't need to pit. But like I said in the first video, with the new physics changes and etc., you could see people pit because the tyre wear at some of these tracks is crazy now. So let's talk you through the grid and we'll get these guys underway. So obviously, because it's been reversed, Hepburn will start in pole position. Berserker in a Porsche will be P2. Bubsy in a Lambo will be P3. Rick in the second Aston of the night will be P4. Sire Slayer in another Aston will be P5. Evil in a Dodge Viper. It's a pretty bold, pretty brave choice. He's in P6. We've got another Aston, Bowman in P7. We've got another Lambo, so Rick Ginge is in 8th in the Lambo. What have we got also? Steve is in a Toyota Supra in P9. And Scott's gone for a Ferrari in P10. And your race winner from race 1, Staffy, has gone for the NSX, and he will start in P11. So half an hour at Road Atlanta. First race was full of some great overtakes and some great racing by all. So hopefully more of the same for race 2. Let's get these guys underway then for race 2 of the first round. And we are racing in Road Atlanta then. So Berserker Boy has got a great start off the line, and he takes that pole position off Hepburn. As we come into the first corner, does everybody get through? They do indeed. So it's Berserker that leads them down the hill, then up it. Into this tricky left-hander, as Hepburn has already found out. We're picking up some penalties. Bubsy's got a second. Hepburn's got half a second. Anybody else pick up a penalty through that left-hander? They didn't. So Berserker still leads then. Hepburn will drop off, as will Bubsy. Oh, and Hepburn has unfortunately turned right down a straight. And yeah, he's got it going again now. And he just behind Bowman then. So the front runners haven't got as far up as they thought they might have done. But Berserker Boy has got a bit of a gap to the guys behind. And Rick's going to try and catch him up, and he's bringing Tyre Slayer with him. We start lap 2 then. We've got Evil and Ginge and Bowman all sniffing around these podium positions. Tyre Slayer going to think about making a move. Also Tyre Slayer gets it. Oh, there was nothing Tyre Slayer could have done there. He's trying to correct a save, and unfortunately Bowman was in the wrong place at the wrong time. But Rick, let's go and watch it back from Rick's point of view. God, he just misses it, Rick does, and unfortunately Slayer trying to save it hits into Bowman. But They get themselves going again. So Bowman is now going again. Stevie and Hepburn have a little coming together, but Hepburn waits for him. So Tyre Slayer is going again now then. But Berserker Boy is still leading this race. And Rick doesn't seem to be closing that gap as quick as he'd like. There. Right. Evil is all over the back of him though, so as is Rick, so I'm sure these guys will be looking to get past Rick ahead. Evil looks to be doing that just now. So does Evil get it done? No, he doesn't. Rick cuts his nose off. Ginge is just sitting behind these guys, waiting for his turn. Will he look up the inside here? Evil also late on the brake, so great bit of battling from these two guys. Evil keeps it, keeps the third position for now. Oh, and Staffy has said I fancy a little bit of this and brought himself into the battle. Scott was also chasing them down as well. So Bowman in 8th after coming together with Tyre Slayer, but like I said, there was nothing Tyre Slayer could have done. He goes purple, does Bowman, so he's on the charge trying to catch back up to this pack. Oh, Stevie has got himself going then. Tyre Slayer then has got himself up to P10 as Stevie's lost it. Hepburn, after he decided to turn right down the straight, he's back going, he's up to 9th, trying to chase down Bowman. Bubsy in a pretty lonely 7th place at the moment. This is where the action is. These guys from 2nd to 6th is as tight as you like, so let's stay on board with Scott then and see how he navigates these cars ahead of him. For a second there he was going to get up the inside of Staffy, but he thinks better of it. There's places you can make passes on this track, and this first sector definitely ain't one of them unless someone makes a mistake in front of you. It's you don't want to be going too wide anywhere around here, especially up through this left-hander. It's hard enough to navigate on your own, let alone side by side with somebody. Berserker must be looking in his rearview mirror a little bit too often, seeing this train behind him. So he needs to keep pushing. So Rick and Ginge is hunting Rick down then, so you expect to see Ginge in the next lap or so try and make a move on Rick in front. Oh, Staffy looking on the outside of Evil Knievel, but you ain't going to get a move on the outside done there. And now Scott is all over the back of him. So will Scott look to make a move to the inside here? Thinks better of it. Able to carry a bit more speed around that first corner than these two guys ahead is Scott. So oh, Ginge, not what he would have wanted to pick up after catching Rick up, is a half-second penalty. Oh, he's run a little bit wide there. Is that going to be a second now? So he gets away with that one. And Staffy's also got half-second. Oh, so Bowman's got past Bubsy and he's 25.5, 25.7. He's on the charge, trying to catch these guys up. Scotty then gets past Staffy, so Bowman will be trying to hunt down Staffy now then. Scott's got past, and he'll be catching these guys up ahead, I'm pretty sure. So Ginge managed to keep Evil behind then with his half-second penalty, so fair play. So not in the greatest of positions here at Road Atlanta either. That penalty, where you serve your penalty down that long back straight, half a second's more like a second and a half, especially if you've got cars in close proximity with you. Berserker, so far so good. Low 26s, just keeping it on the tarmac, running his laps, and he's leading this race with 8 minutes gone, basically. But Rick in that Aston is hunting him down. Evil, Scott for company. So will Scott get Evil down this straight? Let's stay on board with Scott. As we come down this back straight then, has Scott got enough grunt in this Ferrari to throw it up the inside of Evil? He's starting to pull him in as he goes purple. So will this be the best lap of the race? Bowman currently holds it with a 25.2. So Bowman is on the hunt after that incident with Tyre Slayer, trying to make these positions up. Yeah, and that was on his last lap. So what does he do as he crosses the line here? 26 dead. So that was the new fastest lap of the race then for Scott at 24.9, and he is hunting Evil down. So Berserker must have made a little mistake somewhere, because Rick has called him right up now. So is Rick going to look to get a better exit out of here? Let's go on board Berserker. See how close Rick gets through this. It's right there. Berserker has got a better exit. Rick's got to worry about Evil. Here we go. It's a drag race down to the braking zone. Rick, you're lucky really, because Evil's there. You can't just start turn. He's a little bit naughty. He's got to know Evil's there. There's no reason to start coming over to the left hand side of the track there, I don't think. Because of that, Evil's had to sort of ease up and is now under threat from Scott. So Bowman, let's go. So yeah, Stevie is still last then. So after his off, he's back going now though. So like I say, there's still 20 minutes of this race, just under. Anything can happen. Berserker still leads, but Rick is hunting him down, and he's bringing Evil, Scotty, and Ginge with him. So top 5 positions, there's probably not even 2.5 seconds in it by the looks of things. So it just shows you that this league's pretty tight. Everyone's of a similar pace, and it creates some good battles and some good racing. I mean, look at this, look. 8 laps in and you've got 5 cars fighting for the lead effectively. Brilliant stuff. Ginge all over the back of Scott like a rash. Is he going to throw it up the inside? He is. Oh, Scotty. Oh, Scotty keeps it on. So it's a good move from Rick into the first corner. And he gets past Scott. And he's on the hunt for these guys ahead now. Absolutely brilliant to see. Look at it, look. 5, 6, mate, that's 6 cars. And Bowman's seeing it all up ahead of him, like, I'll have a bit of that. And he's on the hunt. He's been in the 25s for most of this race. So after that, coming together with tyre slough, which was no fault of either of theirs really, he's been putting in some serious laps to try and catch these guys back up, and he can see them. They're just ahead now. About 6, 7 seconds, 8 seconds up the road these guys were, so he's done well. Have we got anyone close at the back here? I think they're all a little bit spread out. Right, let's go back with your leader then. And Rick is all over the back of him now, as is Scott. It's also what happened with Rick. Okay, so yeah, just a bit of compromised lines, too wide out of there. Right then, so lap 10, and we've still got 6 cars fighting for the lead, soon to be 7 if Bowman catches these guys up, because now they're fighting with each other. Oh, and Rick, let's have a look what's happened to a Ginge. So through the first corner, oh yeah, and he's just got it a bit wrong under braking. It's a lovely little turn round though. And he gets it going. So gutting for Rick, but he's got it spun round and he's got it going. So Bowman then moves up to 6th, and he is now right on the back of this train then. So some recovery drive from Bowman so far. Oh, here we go then. Oh. Berserker, it's up the inside then, and takes the position back off Rick. And we got Scott is there waiting to pick up the pieces. And will Scott look to make a move on Rick? No, so Rick looks to make a move. I think that's one for the stewards to have a look at. Let's have a look what happens here. I mean, Rick's just gone really late on the brakes, and Berserker's already ahead, and he's just about to turn in, and they just sort of meet each other, don't they? One for the stewards to have a look at, but that gives Scott the lead of the race. But Scott's picked up a half-second penalty, and Staffy and Rick have a little coming together. All right. So Berserker goes off there, and Staffy and Rick are ahead. Yeah, and they're side by side. It was never going to happen. So Bowman then can't believe his luck. He's picked up 3 positions in 4 corners. He's gone from basically last after an incident with tyre slough to 3rd. So some brilliant recovery. Oh, as he looks up for a move there on Evil, but there's a little bit of a push to pass there. So will Bowman give this position back on the exit of the corner? Yeah, there we go. He's easing off. Yeah, there you go. Have it back. Fair play. So Evil then is up to 2nd. Scotty served his penalty, and he's now up to the lead of this race from 2nd to last. So far so good. Evil is having a great race in that Dodge so far in P2, but he's got Bowman in that Aston all over the back of him. So tyre situation. So out of the top three, that Aston's got the worst tyre wear as it stands. Ricks is pretty good in his Lambo. He's back up to 4th after his issues, so Hepburn up to P5. Berserker, he's got back going, he's in 6th. Bubsy up to 7th. Staffy after an instant with Rick is in 8th. Tyre Slayer is in 9th. Rick's 10th now. And looks like Rick's got his car in auto drive. That's a little bit cheeky, mate. You know, you've got other people racing here and you're driving around in autopilot. It's not brilliant. And Stevie in 11th. So Scott then, with 17 minutes of this race gone, is in the lead. He's got the fastest lap in the bag as well, at 24.9. Also, let's go back and have a look at that. Bowman gets a better exit down the long straight. And he just gets it stopped a little bit later, and that's a brilliant move from Bowman then, and he moves back up to 2nd. And he's now going to be on the hunt for Scott. In this Aston, he's making it work for him in race 2. As is Scott making this Ferrari work. From 2nd to last on the grid, up to P1 as it stands. Evil and Bowman, who started from pretty far back on the grid as well, are up there with him, and they don't want to let him get away. And Ginger, after his off, is back up to 4th, and he can see these guys ahead of him again, shall I say. And he's on the charge as he goes purple through the first sector. Hepburn. Berserker boys a couple of seconds off of him. It's going to take a mistake for him to catch Hepburn up. But you never know. There's still 12 minutes of this race to go. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Bubsy has had a pretty lonely race in 7th. Staffy, he's got back going after that crash with Rick, and he's in P8. Tyre wear's pretty good on that NSX compared to some other cars. Tyre Slayer's doing pretty good in his Aston compared to Bowman's front left, but Bowman has been pushing to catch back up, I guess, so that might be why. Oh, and as Scott picks up another penalty then, will this be the lap that Bowman gets past him into the lead of the race? We'll stay on board with Bowman as he chases him down. Is Evil still there? He is. So these three guys have been within about a second of each other for the past few laps. Scott's picked up another penalty. So will Bowman get past? Oh, and he runs it wide there as well to Scott. So is Bowman just going to set it up to get past down here? Scott pulls over to the right. Bowman's like, nah, I'm having all your slipstream. So Bowman will get past, I believe. Yeah. What about Evil? Does Evil get past? Evil does get past before the braking zone as well then. So that half a second penalty, like I said, on this track, it can bite you in the arse. Scott's lost 2 positions there just because Bowman and Evil were right there with him. But Scott's already looking to get back past Evil. Bowman then now leads this race. I'm sure he didn't think that was going to be possible after that lap 2 collision with Tyre Slayer. But Evil and Scott are right there with him, and Ginge, the whole time these 3 guys ahead are fighting, it's just going to allow Ginge to catch up. So I would expect to see Ginge towards the last parts of this race. Hepburn then on his own now. Berserker Boy's dropped off, so if he can just keep it on the tarmac, it'll be a good race 2 for Hepburn. Berserker was leading this race and did lead this race for a large part of it, but unfortunately had that coming together with Rick, and he's in 6th now. And Bubsy and Staffy having a good little ding dong here as Staffy makes a move up the inside. Tyrewear's pretty good in that Huracan at the moment. Stevie, after his off, has got it back going, as is Rick. Rick's got the logo, appreciate it, Rick. Oh, as is Tyre Slayer as well, appreciate it, Tyre Slayer, running the decal. Bowman still leads then, with 8 minutes to go. Scott, also Evil, has lost a position to Scott then. I think that front left tyre is starting to give him a little bit of crap. Rick is on the hunt for him, so we'll go back to that in a minute. But it's Bowman that still leads. Scott is hunting him down. Oh, Evil's picked up a penalty as well, so let's hop on board with Ginge, as I'm sure Ginge will be getting himself on the podium, as he's going to shoot past Evil on the inside here, as Evil serves his half-second penalty, so he does then. That's gutting for Evil. He's had a brilliant race in this Dodge, not the easiest of cars to drive, let me tell you that, and he's been pretty consistent in it at Road Atlanta. Got to give him that. He's in P4, it's good points, and Hepburn is too far away to catch him. What do we reckon? Probably another 3 laps max, so I think he's good for P4. He's just got to keep it on the tarmac, and it'll be 2 good results for him in these first 2 races. So, oh, back with Scott then. He's all over the back of Bowman on this lap as they start lap 17. Is he going to get a move done? Has he got enough tyres to get a move done? I would say so. He's got his tyre wear is a lot less significant than Bowman's. Bowman's front left tyre is not looking great at all. Oh, we've got some back markers coming up, so Rick's obviously still in auto mode, and we've got the leaders of the race coming up, so let's hope that AI controlling that car does not wipe out these leaders as they come past. Scott could have maybe made a move here. I think he might think against it because of what Rick is doing, while the auto drive is doing in front. So do these guys get past cleanly? Why does Bowman pick his move to get past? Right, so Bowman gets him down the straight luckily, and so does Scott. He does. Rick has definitely got to be on auto drive there, unfortunately. Because he had some good pace around here, so he's got to be. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Oh, Rick has just clipped him there as well. So yeah, it's definitely on auto drive, and these poor guys are trying to finish their race. Oh God. Alright. Let's go. Oh, who's that? Ah, Bubsy is in the wall, and he's been reset to the first corner. That's a little bit harsh. Oh, Staffy, 3 temps purple on lap 18. Oh, here we go then. So, is Rick Rick, sorry, is Scott going to get the move done here? No, he stays behind. As they come around the final corner then to start lap 19. Oh, so I think that tyre's affecting Bowman. He's nearly 8/10 down on his best lap, that last lap. What does Scott do? A 25.9 and Bowman done a 26 dead. So I don't know, similar pace. They've both done 25.3 the lap before, so they're running at the same pace. It's just who times it right, I guess. Is Scott just going to stay behind and make a move on the last lap, or when is he going to do it? Is Bowman going to let him pass to try and make a move on him towards the end of the race? We'll soon see. Rick up into P3 after that spin he had early on in the race, so it's a great recovery from Rick as well. He's just about to serve this penalty, but he's got nothing to worry about because Evil's dropped off him a little bit, so I can't see Evil catching him. Evil had issues with Rick's car being an auto drive, I think, there, so it's a little bit unlucky really for Evil. Bowman still leads this race then. Well, we've got under 3 minutes left, so it's probably going to be one more lap after this, I think. So as they start lap 20 then, in the low 25 still. Scott is all over the back of him though. I think it's only going to be a matter of time before Scott tries to make a move. They are flying, and Rick is put his foot to the floor trying to catch these guys up. I think it might be a little bit out of reach for him now, but he can see them there. He's also got to deal with tyre slab before he gets to him, hasn't he? Oh, that big step out on that Huracan there, but he a lovely bit of control, and he keeps it going. So Evil in fourth then. It's another good race so far for Evil. Hepburn, it's P5, solid points for Hepburn. He's just got to keep it on the tarmac for this last 1 minute and 20 seconds. Zerka, P6, he's got Staffy all over him though, so will Staffy get a move done? Let's go on board for Staffy, yeah, so it looks like he will then. Berserker's late on the brakes. Is he a little bit too late? He is, and he gets it stopped. Staffy looking for a cut back. Is he going to throw it up this side? Berserker's not going to let him, so he'll have to stay behind. Will Staffy look to make the move? Oh, so let's go to the front then, because we've had a lead change. So where has this happened? Oh, down into the chicane, and Scott, with what looks like probably a lap to go after this, has decided to make his move to the front and try and run away with it. Bowman's going to try and stay on the back of him then. Yeah, so they won't get another lap after this, so this will be the last lap, I believe. Scott now has just got to keep Bowman behind him, and he will win race 2. Bowman is looking to close that gap. He's significantly faster through this first sector, well, through these S's, shall I say, anyway, by the looks of things. He's pulled that gap. Oh, but they're both run a little bit wide there. So is Bowman going to be close enough? He needs to get right behind him through these double right-handers. Through the first one, is he close enough? I don't think he's going to be, you know, to get the run that he's going to need. The Ferrari's no slouch. Yeah, I just don't think he's going to be close enough then. And yeah, Ginger's a little bit far behind these guys then, so It looks like Scott is going to win race 2 then. There's what, 4 seconds, so these guys are definitely not going to get another lap. And there we go, there's the half-hour timer, and this is the last lap then. I'm going to try and get a better exit out of it. I just don't think it's going to happen, and I think Scott will win race 2. Yeah, it's going to be close. Yeah, so yeah, Scott will win race 2 then, so well done to Scott. Bowman gets P2 in the Vantage. Ginge in his Hurricane gets P3. It's a great result for Evil. P4. Hepburn, good result for him in his Aston. He gets 5th. Staffy in the NSX will take P6. Berserker Boy will finish P7 in his Porsche. Bubsy will get P8 in his Hurricane. And Steve, Tyre Slayer and Rick have already finished. So Steve was 9th. Tyre Slayer finished P10 after his off early on. And Rick finished P11. So there you have it, guys. There is round 1, race 1 and 2 done and dusted. We are back next week for some more racing action, and I hope to see you guys then. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It does help the channel a lot, and I shall see you guys next week for some more racing from the MRC guys. Thank you all for watching.